Welcome to episode 3
Woo!
of the Single in Connecticut podcast. I'm John Reynolds, and this is Allie Weber, and we have a wonderful podcast for you today. This one is episode 3, the best dates for springtime. Now, springtime in Connecticut is beautiful. We live in a beautiful state. We have all 4 seasons. And I know springtime can be a little bit confusing because sometimes people are like, "Oh, it's a beautiful season," and then other people are like, "Oh, it's a gross rainy season." Well, the truth is, it's a transitional season. So it starts off a little gross, as you may have known, as my fellow nutmeggers might have noticed. It's been raining a lot. You know that saying, April showers bring May flowers. Well, we're going through the showers right now. It may not be raining right now, but we can expect it a lot throughout this month. Spring has already sprung. We're a few weeks in, and it's only just starting to show us its full bloom. So once we get around May time, it's really going to start being nice, and you're going to want to be out there, and you're going to want to go on some seasonal dates. So you may be asking yourself, John, asking us, John, Allie, where do I go for date time in springtime? Well, we got some beautiful parks for you, and we're going to
Yes, we
talk all
do.
about that pretty soon. And we've also got some great places to visit that have a patio. Allie, how are you enjoying spring so far? Do you like it? Is it going well?
I feel like I don't really realize it's here yet. It doesn't feel like spring. It was maybe 47 degrees again today, so I don't feel like
Yeah,
it's hit yet. So I don't know. I'm waiting
yeah.
for it to really fully arrive. What about you?
You're right. It doesn't. It's starting to feel maybe a little bit like spring, with it being kind of nice out sometimes. The New England weather really likes to tease us. Like you'll have one great day where it's warm and awesome, and you
Up
walk
and
around
down.
without your jacket, and then the next day
Yeah.
it's freezing, and you wake up and there's frost on the ground. And you never know, especially at the very beginning of spring, it's not weird to get a last minute uh, snowstorm or something like that. But luckily, I believe we are past that point, and we're just getting to that point where people are gonna want to be out and about. We got to get over that seasonal depression that hit us in winter. It seems like so many people go and lock themselves up for wintertime because it's cold and they want to be inside and warm. So now's really the time you get out of your shell. That's why springtime really is a season of renewal, new beginnings, rejuvenation. It's time to kick things off. So
Unless you have
let's
an
kick
earthquake.
things. Oh yeah, unless you get an earthquake. That
Let's talk
that
about
was
that.
weird. Wow. So yeah, the other day we had an
Nice.
earthquake, and it was wild. I don't know where you were, Allie, but I
I was in
was.
my I thought I
You were
literally
where?
got my cat box out. I was in my apartment building, got my cat box out. I thought the building was collapsing. It was shaking so wildly. And I thought I was being very like, like, oh, she's just I'm like, over exaggerating it. No, it was shaking wildly. So and then it stopped, thankfully, what, like 4 seconds after it started. So I put the little
Okay.
cat box away. But yeah, that was
See,
terrifying.
I bet it was a little crazier where you are, Allie, because are around New Haven, and that's a little
Yep.
bit closer to New York, New Jersey, where the epicenter apparently was of the earthquake. So, where I was at the time, I was in Hartford. I was at work. I was actually in the bathroom. I thought I just had a really bad tummy ache, and then I come out and people were like, "Oh, that was an earthquake," and I was like, "Oh."
Not me. Wasn't me.
Yeah, so that was a kind of a weird place to experience that little earthquake, but you
Yeah.
you notice when something's off because it starts shaking a little bit too long, and then you get that feeling like something's up. And I don't know if you felt that aftershock. Did you feel the aftershock that happened hours later?
No, I did not feel that. I was out and about, so I probably didn't even think about the fact that there was an
Yeah.
aftershock. What did it feel
So
like?
So just like the same thing, just a little bit less intense. I was at my dad's place and I saw the plates shaking on the walls, and
Oh
but
my
it was
god.
such a funny thing because everyone's like, "Oh, there was an earthquake, right? Did you feel that? Did you feel that? Did you feel that?" All my friends hit me up right after. Did you feel that? Was that another earthquake?
Yeah, you told me. I had no idea. I was like, what
Yeah,
was that?
yeah. So that's interesting. We don't normally get hit with earthquakes like that. But and you know what the thing is about aftershocks, you can feel them for a few days after the fact. So I think there had actually been more than one aftershock that occurred, but it always is less and less in intensity after the fact.
Yeah.
So but it's a weird time of year, Allie. Besides it being springtime, it's the Mercury retrograde. So
Yes.
if y'all were paying attention last week, we went astrological. All right. So
Very in depth.
we had our awesome friend Shannon Rose come on and
Yep.
explain to us astrology for dummies because we're a bunch of dummies and we don't understand astrology like she
No
does.
clue.
But and I'm still a little confused by it after I'm understanding it more because of her. But uh, she said Mercury is going to be in retrograde for like this whole month, and what that apparently
Oh, we're
means
all
is
screwed.
yeah, communication's gonna be weird. You might have a weird time communicating important things to others. Mercury, I guess, is the whole brains of the operation, and the whole retrograde thing is it's supposed to be like if we're Earth, we're looking at from Earth's perspective, we're spinning this way, and Mercury is spinning the opposite way. So it looks like it's kind of going backwards when
Yeah.
really it's not. It's just the appearance of that, and that's the whole retrograde thing. So it only does
Yeah.
that about 4 times a year, and some weird stuff has been happening this week that's been affecting uh, my dating life, to be honest
Tell us
with, to be
about it.
completely honest with you. So I'm not going to get too much into details for privacy's sakes and the people I've been talking to's sakes, but because most of them are very nice. But I have had a few weird messages this week. And she said, and then I showed them all to Shannon, and she was like, "Oh, the retrograde likes you, doesn't it?" And then she did a little research, and she found out that I was born during the retrograde. So she said that could explain why you're doing so well right now. Keep an eye out during every retrograde, because if you are born during it, maybe I don't know. Again, um, she was doing astrology for dummies and we're the
We are
dummies, and
not
I'm
experts.
not
Yeah.
I we are not experts on anything, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to relate to you, and that's the whole point of this podcast, to relate to you the struggles of being single in Connecticut, the struggles of modern dating, and we tell you a few cool places to check out over here in the Nutmeg State. So let's get to that, Allie. Let's show some great places to go for a patio.
There are many places. Just gotta find them.
There are many places, correct. So, all right, let's get started. 10 great places with a patio in Connecticut. Do you like to dine outdoors? We have a list for you, and here it is right here. Created by John and Allie. So we did this yesterday. We had a whole brainstorming session for about 2 hours
2 hours.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that went pretty well.
It did. It went
So
wonderfully.
yes, but first, before we begin, Evan Sharp, 420. What
Oh,
up, Evan
you're
Sharp?
kidding. That's
That's
awesome.
about when we started. So thank
Is
you
it
for
really?
watching, Evan Sharp. Yeah, about maybe a little bit early. Well, he commented exactly at 420. So,
Oh, okay, that's funny.
yeah, right? So,
That's great.
all right. So, if you like to dine outdoors, do you like to dine outdoors, Allie?
I do. I especially like when they have those things outside with the misters, so you don't get
The,
too, in the summertime. What
oh,
do you
so it
call those
cools
things?
you down.
Yeah, those things. What are those called? But you know what I'm talking about. They
Oh,
have. I think Mezzo's actually has them. Yeah,
with
with
like the
misters.
little fans?
Yeah, but they also blow mist. They're more popular out west. But yeah, they have them here around here in certain restaurants. But yeah,
in
that
some
those are
places.
nice when your like
They're-
body temperature runs high.
Yeah.
So yeah,
See,
no, yeah, I
that's the
love it.
thing. To be completely honest with you all, I'm not super crazy about eating outdoors. Even though we
Why?
compiled a list of great places to eat outdoors, I'm honestly not a huge fan of it. You know why? I don't like eating outside in the extreme elements, especially if it's summertime and it's really hot. I don't want to sweat outside
Oh
while
my
I'm eating. I
gosh.
don't want to fight off the bugs because sometimes, depending on the place you're in, it's a little buggy. The good places, though, they'll keep the bugs away somehow. They got that all planned. Hopefully, that's some of these places that we're about to bring up. But I'm not a huge eat outside person, but I know a lot of people are, and this is the time of year where the restaurants get all excited and they open up their patio because finally it's warm enough to dine outdoors. So let's show you those places, shall we? The Mizo Grill in Middletown. Allie, have you been there before?
Yeah, what I love about this place is they have a pizza oven. And one of the things that I think I had there once was actually really awesome. It was a waffle fry pizza. So it's a bunch of waffle fries, and they put cheese and like like stuff on top. Everything it's like circled around pizza and other, but it's everything. It's modern American fare, I guess you would call it. But yeah, I love it
Yeah.
there, and they have live music Thursday through Sundays, 5 to 10 during Tiki Bar season. The whole patio is basically like Key West themed, and it's a
Hmm.
tiki bar, and there's 30 seats outside, and yeah, it's an amazing place for live music. I've been there for live music, so I can attest to that. But Mezzo's is a great find. Yeah, I would say it's a hidden
Yeah.
gem,
I wouldn't say it's that hidden. I think it's
or maybe it's
relatively
not. Yeah,
well known by this point because there are a lot of great live music performances that occur out there that I hear about all the time. They have some really great dance nights, and I think they have a rooftop, right?
it's kind of I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, it's
More than
more of
one
a roof.
level.
Yeah, but they also but they think they have dancing too. I don't know. I've been there a long
Yeah.
time, but it was
So
amazing
if you
food.
like that, you definitely should check out the Mezzo Grill. It's almost time for them to open up their patio. So go check them out and go check out their
Great place for
food too.
tacos.
Very good place for
For
tacos. Oh,
tacos.
we got another comment here from Lord Absurd. Thank you so
Oh,
much, Lord Absurd,
thanks.
for joining
Good
our
sir.
podcast. I'm enjoying this conversation
You too.
discussion too. So
Food
I
is
love to talk
always
about
a great
great
combo.
places.
Right, Johnny?
Oh yeah, love talking about food and places to go. All right, so Shell and Bones Oyster Bar and Grill, New Haven.
It's
I know you're familiar with
awesome.
this one, Allie.
So
Awesome.
this one, I went here. It went under another name, but I went here for my brother's weddings. I think wedding dinner reception. What do you call it? Rehearsal dinner. Sorry, rehearsal dinner.
Yep.
So I went there, and I just remember feeling like I wasn't in Connecticut when I stepped into that restaurant because it's surrounded by like I don't know palm trees. I don't know if it's still that. No, it is. It's still that way. But I don't. I know they specialize in their award-winning seafood, their steak, their award-winning clam chowder. I just really remember thinking I am not in Connecticut, but I'm in New Haven, and it was odd, but it was very classy, and it's a great place. It's very romantic, so I would recommend that for like a date spot. Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's great. And I really thought that just looking at this, so we're gonna full screen it real quick. Look how close you are to the water right there. You are right there.
Right
You
on it.
got a
Yep.
great view. Great view. So Shell and Bones Oyster Bar and Grill. If you like seafood, if you're in the Elm City, go check it out.
And with a fireplace inside, if you don't feel like being outside.
Okay, yeah. So it's a great place for me to hang around.
Yeah, exactly.
So now this one, Allie,
What's
I
this
know we
place?
didn't discuss because this
Yeah,
was like a
it's okay.
replacement.
Yeah.
We were when we compiled this list, we compiled one where, it was a little suspect whether they still had a
It was
patio. Like
sus.
maybe they had a patio at one point, but then they took it away because
Exactly.
during
Yeah.
the pandemic, it was like every place had a patio. They had to have a patio or they'd be out of
They did.
business.
Yeah.
So, with that information in mind, we had to just look to see if they were all still patio. Now, Ralph and Rich is in Bridgeport. If you like patios, they've got it. So, as you can see right here, they got some lovely outdoor dining. It is a great Italian spot. So, if you like
Have you been there?
Italian, no, I haven't.
Hmm.
I really haven't. Look, so Bridgeport gets a bad rap. I
It does
really think that Bridgeport has a
for
lot of
food.
great places to do dining, a lot of great businesses. Bridgeport, it's just unfair. Um,
They
go
have a
check
lot of
out
great restaurants. You're
Bridgeport.
right. Yeah.
They have so many good
Two boots.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Every single restaurant that I've been in to Bridgeport so far, I have not been disappointed, but I have to admit I need to try more places. Now, Ralph and Rich's, when I was doing the research, it looked like a really good Italian place, and I like Italian places. And normally when I think of Italian places, weirdly enough, I think of Waterbury because there are so many Italian places in Waterbury, believe it or not. So if you're looking for a good Italian place in Bridgeport and you want to spend some time outside as well, go to Ralph and Rich's. Ralph and Rich's is named after the owners, Ralph and Rich.
Huh.
Unsurprisingly so.
Very original. Yeah.
Very, very original, but very good food. All
Yeah.
right. So the Black Duck Cafe in Westport. Now this looked pretty interesting to me, Allie. It
Look at
looks
that.
almost, and it might be a houseboat or something like that, or it's
Yeah. What is that?
another great place right on the water. A lot of good spots like this over in Fairfield County. Worth checking out if you're down there. And I think we might have a couple other Yeah, yeah. We do have some more Westport places. So speaking of the Welk, that's another great spot in Westport if you're out there in Fairfield County. Look, I snipped this from their Facebook page. They're getting pretty hype about spring too. Spring is only a couple days away when they posted that. So I wonder if they've got their patio out and ready to go now. But the Welk, really nice looking place. Have you ever been there before, Allie?
No, I got to make my way out towards Fairfield County more, but yeah, no, I have not.
Westport is very nice, very, very ritzy, very well off community. So you can expect high class wherever you go in Westport, and for the most part in Fairfield County. All right. On to the next one, the place in Guilford. I know
Ooh.
you know all about this place, Allie.
Oh,
So
this place is very unusual. I feel like this is a place that you would go to if you're looking for something that's out of the norm. Instead of
looks out of the
sitting in
norm.
chairs, you sit on tree stumps. Instead of reading a menu, you read it off a big, like, big sign in the front. And
At least
everything's
they
a
have a
la carte.
sign. Okay.
Yeah. It's very rustic. If you want to experience something unusual while not like the downside is it's a little expensive because everything's like, you go for the experience, it's one of those places. But it's known for its ridiculously good seafood, roasted clams, and obviously lobster. I'm sure a lot of people know about that. But yeah, for seafood, and you can watch people cook in front of you if you're one of those people that like doesn't like not knowing how people are preparing their food. And then it's BYOB. You can bring everything down to the tablecloths that you want to use, actually,
Wow. That
and
is interesting.
candles. And yeah, everything's a la carte. And it's just, it's one of those experience restaurants, I would call it. But it has an
Okay.
18-foot long fire pit and 50 tables close together. So if you like intimate seating, it's the place for you, I think.
It certainly is the place. So,
Yeah,
but
perfect.
but it's not open yet. So we were just looking online. It's
Yeah.
not open yet. It's supposed to open soon, and I'm sure when they're open, they're going to post all about it on their Facebook page. But if you want to see when they are open, give them a follow, check them out. The place in Guilford. A lot of great,
Good grilled corn.
yeah,
The
and
grilled
a lot of
corn
great
to die for.
places by the shoreline. It seems like a lot of these patio places are by the
Yeah.
shoreline.
a ton of them,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, majority of them seemed like, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that makes sense. Yeah,
like this place.
this place is great. I can't remember what I
Marker
got here, but
37 in Chester. That is another wonderful view.
new restaurant.
So it's a
Yeah,
newer restaurant.
it's a
All right.
newly built riverside restaurant. Yes, and it
It
serves
looks
modern American
beautiful.
food. It really is. But they have
I
great
can tell.
cocktails.
Yeah. So if you want to go hang out in Chester, go
Live
check
music from
out
six
Marker
to eight on Wednesdays.
37. Hex yeah. All right. And then another one kind of nearby there,
Yeah.
Water's
Um.
Edge in
So this
Westbrook.
one. So this one actually, John. I don't think I told you has 4 restaurants inside of it.
I was just checking that out. Yeah, 4 restaurants. Now I don't know what. Do you know what type of
Yep.
restaurants? Or they're all the same? Yeah.
Um. So I actually came here. I feel like everything is like has to do with one of my siblings' weddings. But yeah, I came here for a reception for my sister, for her wedding. It was
Okay.
and there's
Ritzy.
4 different restaurants, and there's one called the Seaview Bistro, the Sunset Bar and Grill. I think there's a cappuccino, like a cappuccino bar restaurant. There's Julia's Beach, what do you call it? Beach bar. But the great thing about it is it's like a lot of these places offer live music, but like the view of the Long Island Sound is why you come to this place. Actually, like it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And
Yeah.
yeah, if you could, Seaview Bistro is where you would go to get that view out of the 4 places that I listed to get the view of the Long
Seaview
Island Sound.
Bistro. So if you want the best view, you go to Seaview Bistro. But this
Yes,
place isn't just 4 restaurants, but it's also a hotel and
resort.
resort, right?
Hmm. Yep, and
Yeah.
it's 20 acres along the Long Island Sound. So it's a big, yeah, it's a lot of land.
It's a big spot, and if you go there, bring money. You're gonna need it.
Nice little
So
beach. Yeah.
that's a money spot right there. All right, moving on. River, a waterfront restaurant and bar in Weathersfield. So I had to give this place a shout out. I was advocating for them because 10 great places with a patio in Connecticut needs to you need to know about this place, all right? If you haven't been to Weathersfield yet and you're looking for a cool place to dine, check them out because they too have several different restaurants there.
Oh,
So
interesting.
within the besides the river, a waterfront restaurant and bar, and just take a look. It's again
Hmm.
great view right by the Connecticut River in Weathersfield. And one thing that I just learned, Allie, is there's going to be a comedy club there. So
No way.
recently, yes way,
I
Allie. I'm
love
so
comedy.
excited. I hope they have open mic night so I can go there
Let's
and
go.
bomb. Yes. So um, it's a great place, and I know the owner over there. I've met, well, I don't say I know her, but I've met her before, and she cares very much about her guests' experience. She wants everyone to have a great time. She wants the best of the best for her guests. So I've been there for brunch. Very nice brunch. I can't say that I've been there for dinner, but I bet it's very good. It's worth taking a bet on, especially if you've had a long day. It's a great place to go with your date, have a couple drinks, overlook the Connecticut River, and then maybe later on you could see a comedy show too. Because I forgot the name of the comedy club, but it was part of the City Steam Brewery in Hartford that's closing. Did you hear it's
I
closing,
love
Allie?
that place. I was there last month. It was amazing. Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I can't, I had no idea at the time, but now I know. Yeah,
Yeah, a
very
lot of
good.
people are really butthurt over that, and I understand because that's a good spot. Now, City
It
Steam
really is.
Brewery, they make Naughty Nurse beer, which is one of those beers that's just from Connecticut and very well known. So that kind of put them on the map. And the good thing is, even though their brewery is closing, you can still get Naughty Nurse beer. That's not going to stop. They're still going to be pumping out that delicious beer, but you can't go to the restaurant. You can't go to the brewery. It's going to be closed. Very sad. But
Yeah, that
if you
is
want
sad.
their comedy, go to the River Waterfront Restaurant and Bar. All right. And then the Wharf in Madison. This is number 10. Very
So
nice. So
this
you're
is
familiar with
this
this,
is
right?
yeah, this is near where I am, my original hometown. And it's connected to the Madison Beach Hotel, and it's just the perfect place to get a bite to eat and walk on the beach afterwards. And yeah, the great actually, it's known like as a place to catch the sunrise and sunset, which is a perfect location for that. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I it serves brunch, lunch, and dinner. They have a bar up top. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those places that's been around forever. I think they've changed hands a few times, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of that place. They're known for their seafood and yeah, and it's not a patio. It's a porch, so it's covered. But yeah, same idea. But yeah, I love that
Yeah.
place. It's locally
It's
known as gem. Yeah.
it looks like it, right? So not only their restaurant and everything, but the Madison Hotel in general. So
Yes.
yes. So and it looks kind of like a ship, like the
It
whole
does, doesn't it? Yeah.
right by the water. So that's very cool. I appreciate the architectural design of that. And speaking of architectural design, we got a comment from Scott. What a beautiful nose.
He's talking about my nose. Thank you,
Oh,
Scott.
your nose? Okay.
Because I got the nose surgery. Yeah.
You got the
Thank
nose
you.
talk do you mind talking about the nose
I don't
surgery real
care.
quick? Cuz
No,
like everyone's going to be
Scott.
like what the hell's Allie talking
What's that
about with
comment? What a nose. Oh no, he's talking about I got some surgery done to fix my breathing. So yeah, so I look a little different. So he's just
yeah, some very
great.
necessary plastic
Thank you,
surgery. That's
Scott.
the stuff
Yes.
that
I can breathe
um
out both nostrils now. It's
yeah,
great.
so now you can actually breathe, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm a human being again. Functioning.
I'm happy to hear that, Allie. And I agree. I'm with Scott. Your nose looks
Thank
great.
you.
Oh wait, we got another
Oh,
comment.
no.
You both have beautiful noses.
Who's Lord Absurd here? Lord
Thank you so
Absurd, you're
much,
fucking
Lord Absurd.
killing it with the compliments. Thank
I've
you.
always liked my nose personally. I think it's one of my best traits. All right. No,
It
no,
is great. You have a
no.
great
I'm
nose,
just
John.
thanks. I appreciate it. All right. Now, so we've been talking all about the beautiful places you can go to have a great bite to eat and outside enjoy that. But if you just want to go to a place where you can have a picnic or go for a hike, you're going to want to
We
check
got you
these
covered.
places out. So we got you covered with 10 beautiful parks for springtime in Connecticut by Allie and John. So first off on
Look
this
at
list
that.
is
Holy cow.
Elizabeth Park. Take a look
Is
at
that all
Elizabeth
roses?
Park. Yes.
That's roses?
So the
Wow.
first one right up there was an illustration that I took off from Google because it's one of the oldest rose gardens I think in the country, I believe. Definitely in Connecticut. But that rose garden, it's been around for a very long time. So it's very well known and it's a great place to go for a photo shoot if you want some nice pretty pictures for Facebook with some roses in the background. If you like
That's
that,
beautiful.
go to
Yeah.
Elizabeth Park. It is beautiful there. And a lot of people have weddings and receptions and parties over there as well. There's a lot more to Elizabeth Park than the pictures. And I want to also say, fair warning, there's a lot more to all of these parks than the pictures because one or two pictures does not speak for an entire
Justice.
park. All right, does not do it justice. So after you hear about these places, if you haven't been to them, go check them out. Like Wadsworth Falls in Middletown. That's another very popular spot to go hiking. I haven't been there in a while. It's been a few years. What about you, Allie? Have you been there before?
I went there and I picnicked there, and it was very nice because it wasn't crowded. So if you don't want to go to a place like Hammonasset and you want to be with like a small group without the crowds, this is a great place. Middletown, or is it Middlefield? I think it's on the line. I'm not sure,
It
but
could be.
yeah, but they're a great place to picnic, swim. They got 4.5 miles of hiking. Yeah, they have a beautiful waterfall. I think it's known for its waterfall.
Yeah,
That's basically, yeah.
and heads up, everyone. A lot of these places are known for their waterfalls. We found out after the fact. Wow, all these places have
Yeah.
waterfall. That's like their main attraction. So it's
Covered
either
bridges,
that or
yeah.
the woods, covered bridges.
Yeah.
So
It's a New England thing. Yeah.
right, it is a New England thing. So another great park in Connecticut to go check out if you're in Hamden, Sleeping Giant State Park. Everybody
And
kind of knows about that place, right?
that is
You've been
32 miles of hiking.
32 miles of height. Okay,
Yeah.
so if you really want to get your steps in, go to Sleeping Giant State Park. I remember my coworker actually went for Easter, and they did a family hike. He was very tired after because
I was gonna say, what kind of hike
he's
is that?
not where he's not used to doing all of those steps. So, but if you want a beautiful hike and a beautiful view, go check out Sleeping Giant. The thing about Sleeping Giant that is so cool and convenient for people is they have a beginner's trail and a more
Yep.
intermediate trail.
The Blue Trail.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so basically an easy trail and a hard trail. So if you really want to get those steps in, if you really want to work out, if you want to go toward a little bit closer towards the edge, then you want to take the harder trail. But if you want an easy time there, an easy walk, take the easy trail. I'm
And
not
that
ashamed to say
spans
I took the easy trail.
the hard one spans the front of the giant's face. I think you know what I mean. So it's
Yeah,
from
it does.
the head to the toe, or yeah, no, actually the giant, whatever you know what I mean, like the
Yeah,
outline of it. So that's I can't even imagine hiking something like that.
yeah.
Like the
You know,
front of the entire thing.
one of my friends actually fell from the giant.
What?
Yeah, and he survived. It's great,
What?
crazy story. Yeah, I'm so happy. My one of my friends, he fell from that. It was a big deal. He got through it. It's one of those parks where people go to party too, to hang out, to
Oh,
go
really?
hang out with their friends. It's definitely one of those.
Yeah.
So check out Sleeping Giant State Park. It's a popular attraction in Connecticut. Next, Chatfield Hollow in Killingsworth. Now, one thing I want to say about this is I think that bridge in the picture is no longer there. I think that,
Oh, really? I was gonna just say
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So that bridge, I think, was considered a hazard. And so I think they either removed or demolished it, or they're going to replace it with another bridge. But Chatfield Hollow, it's a very beautiful place. But they got more than just that bridge to see. So if you want to get your steps in, if you're looking for a nice place to go hiking, go check out Chatfield Hollow in Killingsworth. Have you ever been there,
Very
Allie?
clean. Yeah, it's
You
extremely clean. I
have?
remember it sticking out as very pristine. That was like the one thing I remember about it. And there was just a lot. I went there for a staff retreat, and they had like a lot of picnicking areas, so that's why it was popular for my company that I was in. Because there was just like
Okay.
it's just a lot of nooks and crannies. It's one of those type places.
So it
And
was
there's a
like
lot of
so it was a
ancient Indian caves. You know what I mean?
so it was
So
a
it's
company
yeah,
retreat you went
yeah. And
for?
we just they had yeah, and they had like the remember that there's one of those like pizza van things that they make pizza. You know those like those trucks that drive around and make wood oven pizza and like come to staff
Yeah.
retreats and stuff. Like yeah,
You had
we
one of
did that at
those, huh?
Chatfield Out. Yeah, so that was my only time there. I remember there was fishing and it was just beautiful, and I just remember it sticking out as super clean and like well kept. Yeah,
So well manicured,
but I didn't know about
well
the
taken
bridge. That's
care of.
interesting because it was
Yeah.
known for that. Yeah.
So, if you're trying to go on a date or you're trying to do some team building exercises for your company, go
Yeah.
check out Chatfield Hollow in Killingsworth. All right, Devil's Hop Yard in East Hartford. I mean, East Haddam. East
Yes.
Haddam. Very well known. People have been going to this location for its waterfall for years. I remember people in my family telling me about their high school trip to Devil's Hop Yard. And I remember hearing crazy things used to happen on those types of trips because it's
Yep.
another one of those places where
Haunted.
people go with their friends. It's haunted.
It's one of the most. It's considered one of the most haunted places in Connecticut. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's a whole story behind it. If people are curious, they can look it up. But
Do you
yeah,
know
it's a.
any part of that story?
No, it was very in depth though. I was like, oh,
It's
I'll see
very
it.
in depth. So, did like a lot of people die there or near there?
No, I don't know if it had to do with the Puritans, but
The
something happened
Indians?
there.
Did the
I don't
Indians
know.
and
Yeah,
the people fight there? The Native
I don't
Americans,
remember what
rather, not the
yeah,
Indians.
something about death. I think I saw the
Yeah.
word death. I was like, all right, I'm good.
So
I want to go
something
camping again.
happened
So
there at Devil's Hop
yeah,
Yard. But it's also a beautiful place that you can visit with your friends and get your
and camp.
steps and go in camp. So yeah, I think it's a
The
campground too. You
campground. It's a
can stay
campground.
there overnight. Check it out, the old Devil's Hop Yard, Lovers Leap
Never heard of
State
this place.
Park. Never
Yeah.
heard of this place?
Nope. Too far up in the state or whatever. Yeah.
Another place where you can go if you like bridges, if you
Ooh,
like
pretty.
those walk. Yeah, it is a pretty bridge. And that bottom thing, I think it was from one of the state websites. So that's a beautiful panoramic picture. I'm sure from one of the highest points at Lovers Leap State Park. They're probably looking at the leap right there. Those lovers. You know, so I felt like with a name Lovers Leap that it belonged in this list for 10 beautiful
It
parks for
does.
springtime in Connecticut,
Absolutely.
right? It definitely
Gotta be.
does. Absolutely. And before we continue, we got another comment from Kevin. He says, "Hello,
Kevin.
Ellie.
Oh, hello. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for the hello.
Thanks for joining us, Kevin."
Good guy.
All right. Lovers Leap State Park. And then the White Memorial Conservation Center in Litchfield. Oh, wait, Kevin said something else. He said, "I live close to Lovers Leap." You do? Have you ever been there before, Kevin? Have you ever been to
I've never heard of this place.
Lovers
Yeah.
Leap before? I've heard about it, so that's why I wanted to include it. But I've never actually gone there with someone before, but it just seems a little weird. Like the name single in Connecticut, and we're telling
It's
people
perfect for that. Yeah,
where
of
to
course.
go.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Yeah.
check out Lovers Leap.
Yeah,
Doing
that's
good.
great.
That's what. All right.
Mhm.
Thanks, Kevin. All right, so White Memorial Conservation Center in Litchfield. I really wanted to bring up something that was in Litchfield County
Yeah.
because
I cover all the area.
it's so easy to overlook Litchfield County, the western and the eastern parts of the state. We think that Central Connecticut and Fairfield County tend to get the most love when it comes to these places. That just happens to be because that's where the most popular cities are, the most with the highest populations. So that's why they're pretty well known. But White Memorial Conservation Center, it's a great place. So if you like nature, that's the place to be. You'd see lots of animals. They got some picnic tables there. It's a great place. And Kevin apparently has been to both.
Wow, you get around in these places, these
Kevin
parks.
Kevin gets around. Thanks, Kevin. We mean that in the most wholesome way
Yes, exactly.
possible,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look, Lord Absurd. He said he went to White Memorial a few weeks ago. I hope you liked it.
I've had a good experience.
Yep, because it was still a little chilly and rainy at that point. So,
So
all
Silver
right,
Sands.
Silver Stands State Park, Allie. I know you got more familiarity with this than I do. So tell
Well,
me about.
so I don't know if how many bird enthusiasts there are out there, but there's a sandbar at this place that connects to Charles Island, which is a natural wildlife sanctuary for rare birds. So they have a 3/4 of a mile boardwalk where you can watch these birds. So that's
Wow.
something, a little fun fact for people that actually like watching birds. I do not. I could care less about birds. Like, but yeah, no. But they have a boardwalk and they got the sanctuary, a little sandbar that connects to this little island, and it's very quaint. I guess I don't know. Not quaint's not the right word, but it's a nice little place to. It's peaceful. Yeah. But the boardwalk isn't very long, but yeah, people love it. It got rated the #1 park by Travel and Leisure in Connecticut.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
in Connecticut, yeah.
So, well, it belongs on this list then. I'm happy we mentioned it. And like she said, if you like birds, go check this place out. All right. So we got two more places left. The next one, Kent Falls State Park in Kent. Another lovely location. Has the waterfall. It's got the picnic spots. Kent is one of those places. I think it's also technically in Litchfield County.
Hmm.
It's it hugs the border of the state, and right next to Kent is New York. So if you go into Kent, you're going to see all these New York plates because Connecticut is where a lot of the New Yorkers like to hang out. They like to hang out in all these nice little rural, mountainy, naturey border towns. So go check out Kent Falls State Park in Kent. Kent is also a nice little picturesque town. Go check out their restaurants. Go check out their shops. It's very nice in Kent. And Wickham Park in Manchester. This is very close to me. Wickham Park is beautiful, and it's another one of those places that you would normally check out if you were looking for like a wedding venue or something like that. Many people get married here, but again,
Hmm.
it has the nice,
Pretty.
lovely walk along the pond, the along the water, lovely manicured landscapes. So it's a great
That is
place to
very
go if
beautiful.
you're
Yeah.
just looking for a nice place to walk around or a nice place to get a picture. I think there's a really cool bridge and some other architecture over there that looks very cool that I didn't capture or throw in here. So definitely go check out Wickham Park in Manchester. All right. Very good. So, Allie, those are all the
No,
places that we listed.
I like those lists. I think they're pretty good,
I
comprehensive.
think so too. I think so too. So, if there's anything we missed, if you guys think, if anyone in the comment section is watching and thinks that we missed something, please give us a comment. Please leave it in the comment section on our Facebook or YouTube page because I know there are a lot of
We aren't
people who are
experts.
looking. We aren't experts, and then maybe you've been to all of these places. So I
I
can't
know,
tell
yeah.
you how
Like
often
Kevin.
I've found out about something in the comment section, and it was really awesome. So, but we can't wait to tell you about all the great dates for springtime. Even though this is episode 3 and it's called The Best Dates for Springtime, you can expect the next couple of weeks in our next podcast, we're going to have similar lists like this about great dates to go on during the springtime. I think one thing that we were talking about were barcades, right, Allie? We're going to make a great list of
Yeah.
barcades, flea markets, places to go antiquing, even though
Maybe
you can
consignment
do
stores.
consignment stores. Yeah. Things that maybe you can do all year long, but are extra fun to do once it starts getting nice out. So we're really excited as we are in April now and we are approaching May. And that's really when things really start to get nice, is around May, right before summer. Summer starts in June. So we got a little bit of March, all of April, all of May, a little bit of June, and then we hit summer. So it really is a transitional season because all through May it seems kind of nasty and rainy. Maybe you get a good day here and there, but then once May starts coming around, everyone starts having their tag sales and
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend really, starts things off for summer. And right before that is when everything gets really nice and you can walk around without your coat on. So I
Can't
can't
wait.
wait for that. And I really hope that this summer, I mean, this spring, has a lot in store for us. Who knows? Hopefully, no more earthquakes, though.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that never
So
happened, so probably not.
yeah, that would freak me out if we start getting more earthquakes. But all right, everyone. Wait, one elephant
We got a comment?
trunk flea market in New Milford, Connecticut. So
Ooh,
yeah,
thanks for that lead. Did not know
that
about that one.
you didn't. Now that's actually one of the best flea markets in the state.
Oh,
Thank you
okay.
so much for mentioning that,
Thanks, Kev.
Kevin. I know a lot of people. I actually knew a few people who are vendors over there. So that's a cool spot. Check it out, Elephant Trunk Flea Market. That's definitely going to make the list when we talk about
Yeah.
great flea markets to go to in Connecticut. Because if you haven't been to a flea market, or I don't know
Where
why,
have
it's a
you been
great.
living?
Yeah, where have you been
You live in a
living?
cave?
Away from the flea markets, obviously.
Yes.
But all right, so like we said, we are on 3 places. If you like to watch us, you can watch us on Rumble. You can watch us on Facebook. You can watch us on YouTube. Please follow and like us on those places there because this is
Please.
also where we share our wonderful lists where we like to do cross promotions with other great businesses in places. And I want to say if there's anyone who is an expert in dating or matchmakers or something along those lines, please tell your friends. We want to hear from them. We're trying to get a matchmaker
Yes.
on the show on one of our future shows.
Great
We've just
point.
been having
Yeah.
a problem pinpointing someone down, but we would love to talk to a matchmaker because we
Any
know
leads
that
for
this
guests? Yeah.
episode was more places oriented than dating oriented, but that our next one should be more related to dating. I think we're going to talk about dating apps. What do you think, Allie? Do you like
Let's
that?
absolutely. We have so much to talk about with those, and it's
She
ridiculous.
says
Where do we even start?
absolutely.
It's
There,
so applicable.
yeah. So we're gonna talk about our experiences on the dating apps, how well they are. Are you wasting your time on them? Is it worth it? So we'll talk all about that next time on episode 4. Please join us. We like to stream live around 4 on Sundays. So if you're available, then please give us a
Please join
watch.
us.
Please give us a
Yeah.
follow. And remember, we are also available on wherever you listen on all major podcasting platforms. So thank you for joining us and
Thank
have a
you.
great rest of your day. Stay single, everyone.
Stay single.